secrets in conference play. They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Looking to throw, it's Flowers. They're setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. From the gun, the ground game. Crosses the 30, he's got a late. And he's knocked down.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down. And shoot, and I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Toss sweep to the right. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would...
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to pass. It's Flowers. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run, because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing, I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating play.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, good decision there by the QB. A little zone read action. He reads the defensive end crashing down, keeps it himself, gets a nice chunk of yards.
And when you do that, you just sort of get the drive going or keep it going, as the case may be.
It's amazing in college football now how big of a part of each offense the zone read has become. As we're seeing more and more athletic quarterbacks on rosters now, that is a staple of this sport.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Catch in the middle, it's Green. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer.
Unsuccessful 2nd down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on 3rd down?
They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. On the direct snap, it's Berry. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And how about a decision time right off the jump? 4th down. Do I want to go for it? First drive. Palmer, what you going to do?
I'm taking the points right here. It's early in the game. You're trying to pay off this opening drive. Just get some points up on the board. If it was a little closer to the end zone, I'd say maybe go for it, but I'm playing conservative.
That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Here's the handoff. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
To throw. Zings it complete to the right. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. There he goes. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Auburn! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish with a huge play in the passing game, covering 66 yards to the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Gives it on the option. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Quarterback making checks. Back to the ground with the running back. And that's the end of the line on that run, and it's the end of the line for the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Scanning the field, it's Flowers. The quick out. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the back. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions, and how you feel about this, playing your old squad, like it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it, he has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Dances away to buy time. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. me seriously. What do you do against this guy? He is everything you want in a quarterback.
And you can prepare for him all week, and you can put a wide receiver at quarterback to be scout team, but you just can't replicate a guy that can buy time, scramble around, break tackles, and then all of a sudden chuck the ball down the field and make you pay. Just too elite of a playmaker. You just got to find a way to get him on the ground early when you get those opportunities.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Makes his man miss. Still running at the 40. Turning on the Jets. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. That last big play has them in business just outside the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Using his feet. Running into the open space. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his hand down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
All right, well, that QB knows he now has to get the ball out of his hands quick because that defensive end turned the corner fast.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, it's Flowers. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion.
Well, how about if you're the defense right now? You've been on the field, you've given up a lot of yards on this drive, but if they go for this here on 4th down and you come up with one more stop, that is a huge play, and that's got to give you some confidence.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 7 over James Madison. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. They'll leave it with the lone back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen with.
Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road, bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
They'll move the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. Breaks into the open. He steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Now they're starting to put things together. And the Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job by the offensive line, getting just enough push to keep this drive alive.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Pulls it and fires to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Henderson. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16.
Routes like that are great times to be quarterbacks. I got great, fast, speedy guys on the outside. Quick drag route, get the ball in his hands, let him do the rest.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And the Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Taylor wants to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Firing to the right, complete. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, they're working the slot receiver on a drag route here. He's just kind of fighting his way through the traffic. He's able to come out the other side and present a nice target for the quarterback.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Auburn! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas.
The extra point is blocked! That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here we go. They'll try the outside to the left. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Right back to the well. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air, it's Flowers. Throws to the tight end. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Let's go! Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Going to try to get it himself. At midfield, he's got room. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Trying to impose their will with the run. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Jukes his way for more.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. The play-action fake. He'll get rid of it. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Taylor wants to throw it. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. A great catch and run for 6. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast.
Well, this offense has really struggled so far early in this game, and the passing game particularly. A lot of that is on the quarterback, but at some point you need guys to step up and help him out. That was a very good throw. And his receiver has got to be able to make that catch. It just takes one play to get momentum and build some confidence, but the guys around the quarterback, they've now got to step up for this offense.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Ready to fire from the pistol. Going to the running game. There he goes. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love
it. Leaves it with the back. Makes one man miss. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Taylor wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Hey, nice job by the QB. It's third down, it's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play, giving up the sack.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's complete on the right side. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. and we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. They'll try to start this final period by putting a 3 spot on the board. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Plucks it out of the air. Turning it on. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of the game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back to throw, it's Flowers. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Look out, he's got room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Here comes the option. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as...
A shot toward the end zone. Another incompletion on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just
intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Off the play fake. Starting to feel a little pressure. Caught near the sticks. It's Davidson. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for room. It's Henderson. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
It'll be 3rd and long. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Now facing a 3rd and long. Taylor wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Henderson. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. Oh, what a move. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. A designed run for the quarterback. Breaks into the open. He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much